In the other way, your man in the Juma, why you obey Juma, they are nurses, public servants. Oh my, Yenu NDC for no one shades MBA. By the way, this is an advice to any political class. You see, sometimes politicians hear mistakes. What do two nation answer? Yen first target in there, yen crush yen opponent. It's a big mistake. I'm sure with time we will learn. I remember 2000 election after Kufuor had won, we saw a lot of things. People were saying, "Oh, NDC will collapse. NDC on so far VBO." By 2008, NDC was back into office. The same thing. 2008, when we lost power, oh, MPP, we are done with them, chasing the elephant into the bush. By 2016, we're back. I'm saying that some of these attacks, can we as a political class use common sense to stop this?
It's
matter?
only when you are in opposition that's where you reason. It's only when you're in opposition.
To my person,
I'm sorry, but it's only when a politician is in opposition. That's where reasonability and rationality. All politicians become rational human beings when they're in opposition.
I would concede to that. Let me be fair. That's why I've called for a common sense approach. And I use the word the political class. Collectively, we all make a lot of mistakes. I admit. As is on trade. When power comes, there are a lot of times that we all make mistakes. I will admit it. I will not pretend that I am a saint or somebody is not a saint. But I'm saying that on money to baby, we have to move on as a nation. Without taking myself out, the army is saying, look, I did a lot of night walking when we were in office. A lot of night walking where there were seeming injustice, when some of our friends will reach out to make sure they're there. I don't want to mention names on Kobando, in your busy in Komo or Kukuma, or Pado. But very prominent NDC members. That is why these days, I send a text. I say, hey, bro, are you aware of this? Are you aware of this? I have all of them. The kind of interactions. If you court issues, then would reach out and look. For the sake of the country, the atmosphere, the mazi,
so all you did was to suppress illegalities.
No,
that's what
I'm not talking illegalities. I'm talking about situations where politically you act in a manner who opponent before that he's been haunted. That's the point I'm making. I'm not talking about supporting, encouraging illegality. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we must always have moderates in the political party. In Zemebi or on Koya, Wobotun reach out to the extremists and tame them. That look, we don't need it as a country. And this is the time I expect the moderates in NDC to rise up and caution the extremists in their party. Because they are all kodono on ye. But then Americano, if Yakana was one tear, all these boys on the street, the youths, all these youths, you put them back to the street, you'll be on your way out of government. The very government that you think you've worked for. If today, Abba, Ebi obi oye MPP onye adwuma ye inta abanumpo wanto, but today ebu enenwa when would some party or power na menye adwuma inti so onka tsenefi. It's an eye opener.
But is that a tangent we need to go as a country?
No, that is where we should pull the brakes. And I'm saying that if you have won power today, and then this if one came with there, President Mahama was only 4 years. In 2028 they are bringing a new candidate. We are hearing Asiedun Katia, we are hearing Julius Debra, we are hearing Harun Idrisu, we are hearing some other names. We have also heard Eriko Poku. So they themselves, they should know that come 2028, they will have apathy issues to deal with.
Likewise your party.
Of course, we've gone through it.
You have challenge.
We've taken our bitter pill.
You have that challenge. Admit. Once you are pointed fingers.
I'll come there. Yeah? Can I finish one set of analysis? I'll finish one and I'll come to the other. On my hand. All right? Cool. Stop your mischief.
Cool. You can
Let me finish one thing. So they have apathy stirring at them come 2028. Look at Parliament, for instance. A lot of the MPs are redundant. They said only 60. Now they have over 130 to deal with. People have no jobs. They've not been able to even get about 100 into the chamber because their MPs have become very redundant. They have that issue to deal with. They have internal issues, and then you have governance issues. You've made promises to Ghanaians. Say, deal with it. A government's job is to create jobs. A government, a bona fide of government is to create jobs. It's not to declare people redundant. It's not to take people out of jobs and declare them unemployed. A government's main bona fide is to create jobs and bring relief. In TV, you are na aba, and your public record is that sack them. Sack them.
Now, the person can sack them when the watchword is in promotion of good governance.
Oh my!
Hey, but why do you want to do that?
Oh my! So no, brofo.
So papa.
What is the net effect? Sack them. What? Also, one sack Ghana for one for one.
Obi biara.
It doesn't. Okay, so do you know there's a legal word called ratification? Do you know a word called ratification? Ratification in law meaning that even if it is irregular, regularize it.
So you deliberately irregularities to regularize.
Even if or you're irregular, you regularize it. Even if. Without admitting that there was irregularity.
So if they had called for suspension in place of revocation, because you did that in 2020, I think when the Mikrum MP, health minister, Rajima Menu, nurses, it was on suspension.
No, that is when you have not completed the process. So you suspend it and then continue. They could have, but as we speak, Unkofa started Jumomahin, Obi Wajini pay 1 month, 2 months. People have been posted. Omahin Kofuru soon. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You are not in government, so you are not on top of what is happening.
Omahin.
You're not in government.
Omahin. People have been employed, posted. Some of these nurses were remote areas. Obi Bia, Obi Fiwiniba was now Kwako to Pandai. It's now unpack Wako rented. And Omahin, do they care? No, man, listen, this thing is a serious matter.
The Ghana we want.
So the Ghana we want is that sack them. No, but that's what they've done. The Ghana we want, the NDC, that
we want.
Ghanaians voted for came to say we are sacking workers.
We are building the Ghana we want.
Well, the reality is that Moframa we university or bad time be ordinary here or actually number work on nursing area. Osni here or actually number work university area. Wafen ejumum. The more bad time no so in the number ye juma bosumosa or brain bibi kakra wo ne krase. Adam mami penyin no onya homka ne ba no ogi ni pe a mama fa bi koto edru na fa hwo ho na se inda aben foforo aba inya da aben ne be no so ye ba fa nkrofo wo edwuma osimi be yi nkrofo edi we yi won ezi so
in matters of this.
Have you seen people whose letters have been issued terminating their appointment?
I've seen a lot of.
If they were irregular, why the word termination? And you know, some of these public servants, what office, they are using a language there upon the directive from the chief of staff. We are terminating your appointment.
Directive.
So is it not sacking or mine? It's the upon directive. So you are terminating. None of the letters I have seen is stating there you were irregularly employed. None. Is saying that you were irregularly employed. None of them is saying that. They're saying that your appointment has been terminated. We are not, you are on probation, so we have suspended the employment process. So go home, pack, obisi there, take your pay and go. Today is your last day. February, whatever will be paid you pro rata and all that. Oh my, do we need that as a country? Sebi say MPP fumpo cancer. MPP fumpo waba abemen waye mistake bia. Yeah, the same mistake in Ghana for say that they be the moon from doing it. One coffee. Into Owusubempah, do you continue the moon from Dono? Oh, beam. Oh my, let's get it straight. Me here perfect. Our ain't perfect. But with time, we all improve, get things done better.
What time should that be? When is that time?
That time is now.
Why was it not your time?
Oh, so if it was not my time, that is why I've paid for it. The reason why MPP is not in power is because MPP made some mistakes.
But, Honorable Afenyo Markin, that's the mantra.
Because
I think
in governance, you can never get it perfect.
The basis for this conversation is principle of the Ghanaian and the politician.
Which is?
We lack principle as politicians.
Therefore, is it too late to initiate it?
Because I am hurt in 2017. Why don't you want to be hurt?
In 2017, steps were taken. I'm saying it again on authority there. In 2017, this mass sacking of youths who have been engaged never happened. I repeat it. Check it. Let somebody come and rebut me. Because I know of recruitment that took place in some public institutions. That became an issue. But the government said, let it go. Akufo-Addo, let NDC come and tell us that people who had been regularly employed, whether in December after the election in 2016 or before, were sacked. Let them bring evidence. Let them bring evidence and let's interrogate the issues. Whether somebody was employed in a state-owned enterprise after the 2016 election and upon assumption of office, those people were all sacked. It is true that during the vetting, Honorable Osafo raised it, that the transition period, it was not proper for certain recruitment to be made. But the NDC then explained and made this same argument today that the employment
government mandate.
Also the employment that they were making at the time, employing people, or a process, and some had started even before the election. I'm saying that I know state institutions that were employing drivers, graduates, none of them, not a single one, in the security services, not a single one, not a single individual who was recruited under NDC in December. None of the persons are work training in December 2016. Look, Akufo-Addo presided over their graduation. Go and check the record on my hand.